Ladies and gentlemen, there's a point where you've got to look in the mirror and ask, am I willing to do what it takes, not just the easy things, not just the things that feel comfortable or make you look good, but everything, every ounce of sweat, every moment of sacrifice, every choice to push a little further, because that's what it takes to work on yourself. It's about moving beyond what everyone else says or what they want from you. This is about who you see when you're alone, about that person staring back at you who knows every struggle, every flaw, every dream that hasn't been reached yet. That's the person you've got to start working on. To begin your journey of self-improvement, you have to be truly honest with yourself, acknowledging both your strengths and your weaknesses. This honesty is like opening a window, letting light into places that were once hidden. Too often we shield ourselves from our flaws, wrapping them up in excuses or hiding them in the shadows. But to grow, you have to bring them into the open and face them head on. This means looking at the aspects of yourself that you may be uncomfortable with, the areas where you fall short, the patterns that have held you back. The process is not easy. It can be humbling, even painful. Yet, it is in this vulnerability that the path to real transformation begins. Recognizing your strengths is equally important. It's not about boasting or being arrogant. It's about acknowledging the skills, talents, and qualities you possess that make you unique. There's power in knowing what you bring to the table and recognizing the capabilities you can rely on and the aspects of yourself that others respect or admire. These strengths are tools in your arsenal, resources that you can lean on as you move forward in your journey. When you know your strengths, you gain confidence. But that confidence is rooted in truth, in a deep understanding of what you're capable of, not in superficial affirmations or empty self-praise. So be honest with yourself, not just for the sake of it, but because that's where growth starts. When you can admit where you fall short without making excuses, you begin to see where change is needed. Maybe it's a habit you need to break, a skill you need to develop, or a mindset you need to shift. Honesty provides clarity, and clarity provides direction. You stop wasting time on things that don't serve you and start focusing on what truly matters. This kind of honesty is not something you do once and then forget about. It's an ongoing process. As you grow and change, new strengths emerge and old flaws might resurface in different ways. It's a journey of continuous self-awareness, a commitment to understanding yourself more deeply with every step forward. And the more you embrace this honesty, the stronger you become, not because you're perfect, but because you're aware of who you are and what you need to work on. It whispers to you to stay where it's safe, to hold on to what's familiar, to avoid the unknown because it's filled with uncertainty. But every worthwhile change, every significant breakthrough lies just beyond that veil of fear. To push through it means stepping into discomfort, making the conscious decision to walk a path that you know won't be easy, yet one that holds the promise of something greater. Pushing through fear is about confronting the thoughts that tell you you can't, you're not ready, or it's too risky. These thoughts are natural. They are a defense mechanism that keeps you anchored to what you already know. But if you want to grow, if you truly want to see what you're capable of, you have to override those voices. You have to remind yourself that fear is not a wall meant to stop you, but a signal, a guidepost showing you where your next level lies. And each time you lean into that discomfort, each time you challenge yourself to take a step that scares you, you're expanding your boundaries, you're building resilience, courage, and a deep inner strength. Think about it, everything you've ever achieved, everything you're proud of, likely came from pushing through something that wasn't comfortable. It could have been a difficult conversation, taking on a role you didn't feel fully ready for, or pursuing a dream that felt bigger than anything you'd ever done before. Fear was there lurking in the background, but you pushed past it. And in doing so, you grew. This growth doesn't just add skills or accomplishments to your life, it changes you from the inside. You become someone who knows that they can face what they're afraid of and come out stronger on the other side. Growth demands that you break through the limitations you set for yourself. Comfort zones are cozy, but they keep you stagnant. They trap you in the same routines, the same habits, and ultimately the same version of yourself. By pushing through fear, you tap into your potential in a way that nothing else can offer. Each time you choose growth over comfort, you set a new standard for yourself. You redefine what's possible, not just in your actions, but in the way you see yourself. You start to recognize that your limits are not fixed, they're flexible. And the more you push, the more you realize how much more you're capable of. Pushing through fear is not about being fearless, it's about taking action even when fear is present. It's about understanding that while fear will always show up, it doesn't have to control your decisions. Realizing that growth lies beyond comfort is what empowers you to keep moving forward. This journey is not easy, but it's what turns dreams into reality. Each step into discomfort brings you closer to becoming the person you want to be. When you set a goal or decide on something you want to achieve, the commitment you make isn't just a casual thought, it's a promise to yourself that you'll follow through. Each time you keep that promise, you're reinforcing the message that you're reliable, that you can trust yourself to do what you said you would, and that your words to yourself matter. This self-discipline becomes a foundation for growth, guiding you in every other area of your life. Imagine the simple promises you make, like waking up at a certain time, completing a task by the end of the day, or dedicating time to exercise. When you keep these promises, it's like casting a vote for the person you want to become. You're telling yourself, I'm serious about my growth. I respect my goals enough to honor them over time. These small, consistent actions accumulate, building a reputation with yourself. You start to see yourself as someone who follows through, someone who doesn't just dream, but also acts. This mindset is critical because it builds resilience when challenges arise. You're already conditioned to rely on yourself, to be disciplined even when things get tough. On the flip side, breaking promises to yourself has a powerful effect as well, but in a negative way. Each time you let yourself down, you chip away at your self-trust. You start to doubt whether you can really count on yourself to reach those bigger goals. It's like telling your subconscious that your word isn't valuable, that your commitments can be dismissed. This erosion of trust makes it harder to push forward, especially when the path gets difficult. If you don't believe in your own reliability, every new goal feels shakier, every resolution weaker. Keeping promises to yourself isn't about being perfect. It's about consistency and commitment to improvement. There will be days when you stumble, when you don't meet the standards you've set for yourself, but the key is to get back up and continue. This resilience reinforces your discipline. The more you honor your commitments, the more disciplined you become, and that discipline creates a structure that supports your growth. Discipline is a skill that fuels success in every area of life, allowing you to take control of your habits, your time, and your energy. This process also builds self-respect. When you keep your promises, you begin to see yourself as someone worthy of respect, someone who deserves to reach their goals. You start to believe in your ability to create the life you want, because you're proving it with each commitment you fulfill. This belief radiates into other areas, affecting how you approach new challenges and goals. When you respect yourself, others feel it too, and the respect you've built internally begins to shape how you're perceived externally. Building discipline and trust by keeping promises to yourself is a transformative act. It strengthens your character, enhances your self-confidence, and lays a solid foundation for everything else you aspire to achieve. Each small promise kept is a step toward becoming the person you want to be, a person whose word, especially to themselves, holds power and meaning. Too often we get trapped in the idea that everything we do needs to be flawless, that we should never make mistakes or stumble along the way. But this pursuit of perfection can be paralyzing. It can keep you stuck, waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan before you take any action. The truth is, perfection is an illusion, an unreachable standard that only holds you back. By focusing on progress instead, you're allowing yourself to move forward every day, to take small, consistent steps that lead to genuine, sustainable improvement. And every day offers an opportunity to be just a little better than you were yesterday. Progress doesn't demand that you leap ahead overnight. It simply requires that you move forward. Maybe today that means learning something new, or practicing a skill for a few extra minutes, or finding a way to improve your focus. These may seem like small actions in the moment, but they add up over time. When you're dedicated to progress, you're building a foundation brick by brick, creating lasting change that's rooted in steady effort rather than in a quick, perfect solution. This approach allows for mistakes, for recalibrations, for adjustments along the way, all essential parts of any growth journey. When you focus on progress, you also free yourself from the fear of failure. Perfectionists often hesitate to take risks because they fear not meeting their own high expectations. But when you're focused on improvement, you start to see failures as learning experiences rather than setbacks. Every misstep becomes a chance to learn, a way to refine your methods and gain insights you wouldn't have had otherwise. This resilience becomes a part of your growth process, teaching you to adapt and keep moving forward despite obstacles. Over time, you become more confident in your ability to overcome challenges because you know that every step, whether smooth or rough, brings you closer to your goals. Daily improvement keeps you present and engaged in your journey. Rather than getting overwhelmed by the long-term outcome, you're focused on what you can do right now today to make a difference. This daily focus grounds you, helping you build momentum without the pressure of achieving everything all at once. You start to find joy in the process, in the steady pace of improvement, and this satisfaction keeps you motivated. You're no longer chasing a distant ideal. Instead, you're cultivating skills, habits, and qualities that become part of who you are. Choosing progress over perfection is about giving yourself permission to grow in your own way and in your own time. It allows you to celebrate each small victory, each completed step, knowing that every action is moving you closer to where you want to be. This approach doesn't just change what you achieve, it changes how you see yourself. You start to recognize that you're capable of evolving, of becoming better, without the need for everything to be flawless. The journey becomes about resilience, consistency, and the satisfaction of continual improvement. In time, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, not because you were perfect, but because you were persistent in choosing progress every single day. The people you interact with, the ones you spend your time and energy on, have a profound impact on your mindset, your confidence, and ultimately your ability to reach your goals. When you're around individuals who genuinely see and believe in your potential, they lift you up, helping you see possibilities that you might not see on your own. They become a source of encouragement, a reminder that you're capable, and a source of strength when the path gets tough. Supportive people inspire you by setting an example of resilience, determination, and kindness. They are the ones who push you to go a little further, to aim a little higher, because they know what you're capable of and aren't afraid to remind you. These people might be friends, family, mentors, or colleagues who share your values, who challenge you to become a better version of yourself, and who celebrate your victories as if they were their own. Their belief in you becomes a mirror reflecting back to you the strengths, talents, and potential that you might not always recognize within yourself. When you surround yourself with people who believe in your potential, you also gain a sense of accountability. These individuals care about your progress, and they're invested in seeing you succeed. This accountability is not about pressure, it's about support. Knowing that there are people cheering you on and watching your journey motivates you to keep pushing forward even when things are difficult. They become part of your why, part of the reason you don't give up, because they've invested their time, energy, and encouragement in you. Their presence keeps you grounded and focused, reminding you of the bigger picture, especially when challenges arise. Supportive people also provide valuable feedback that helps you grow. They are honest with you, but their honesty comes from a place of care. They're not interested in tearing you down, rather, they give you constructive insights to help you improve. They see your potential, and they want to see you succeed, so they'll tell you when they think you're holding back or when they know you can do better. This kind of feedback is invaluable, because it comes from people who genuinely want to see you thrive. They help you see your blind spots, challenge your limiting beliefs, and remind you of your strength when self-doubt creeps in. Choosing to be around supportive people isn't just about avoiding negativity, it's about actively seeking out those who energize, uplift, and believe in you. They are the ones who remind you of your purpose, who help you stay focused, and who make your journey richer and more meaningful. With their support, you're not just working toward your goals alone, you're part of a team that wants to see you succeed. This sense of community, of knowing that others believe in you, becomes a powerful motivator. Ultimately, surrounding yourself with supportive people who believe in your potential transforms the journey of self-improvement. It reminds you that while you're responsible for your own growth, you don't have to walk the path alone. There's strength in having others by your side, strength in knowing that there are people who see your greatness and want to see it realized. Their support adds fuel to your drive, and in their belief you find the courage to keep pushing forward, to keep striving, knowing that you're never truly alone on your journey. Every step you take, no matter how small or challenging, is part of building the future you want. This kind of commitment requires discipline, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the impact of each effort. It's not about seeing immediate results, it's about trusting the process, knowing that each step, each action is contributing to your growth and taking you closer to your dreams. When you commit fully, you are setting a powerful intention for your life. You're telling yourself and the world that you're serious about what you're pursuing. This level of commitment means that you'll stay the course even when it's difficult, even when progress seems slow or setbacks arise. It's easy to be excited and motivated at the start of something new, but true commitment is proven in those moments when the excitement has faded, when the journey feels long and tiring. That's when your relentless commitment will carry you forward, when you realize that success isn't about perfection, but about perseverance and consistency. Each small action, each incremental step forward is like adding bricks to a foundation. Some days the steps might seem insignificant, but over time they build something solid and lasting. Committing relentlessly means that you keep going even if the progress isn't visible, even if others doubt or misunderstand your vision. You're driven by an understanding that everything you're doing now is an investment in the person you're becoming and the future you're creating. Every effort, every disciplined choice reinforces your commitment and strengthens your resolve, shaping your character in ways that will serve you in all areas of life. This relentless commitment also teaches you to overcome challenges. When you're fully dedicated, setbacks become part of the journey rather than reasons to quit. Each obstacle you face teaches you something, builds resilience, and gives you the wisdom to handle future challenges with confidence. Commitment transforms failures into lessons, disappointments into motivation, and struggles into fuel to keep going. You begin to see setbacks as temporary and your vision as permanent, something worth every effort. This perspective strengthens you, helping you to keep pushing forward when others would give up. Relentless commitment to your goals also creates a sense of pride and self-respect. When you look back and see how much you've overcome, how many small steps you've taken even when the path was difficult, you gain a deep respect for yourself and your journey. You realize that you're capable of more than you once thought, that you have the power to shape your future through your dedication. This pride becomes another source of motivation, reminding you that you've already proven you can stay the course, no matter the challenges. Ultimately, relentless commitment is about seeing your future as something you actively shape through your actions today. Every step forward, every disciplined decision is a building block for your dreams. And by staying committed, you're not just working toward a goal, you're developing a mindset and a way of life that will carry you to heights you might not have thought possible. In the end, commitment isn't just about achieving a specific outcome. It's about becoming a person who doesn't back down, who knows that each step forward is valuable, meaningful, and essential in shaping a successful future.